Hi, I'm Muggs McConnell, and this is the Snippets of Yoga Philosophy. I'd like to talk a little bit about karma. We hear this word a lot as well. So, in essence, there are three kinds of karma, and some say four, which is great. And karma, to define it, is every action has an equal reaction. So in the Bhagavad Gita, we talk quite a bit about karma, or the text talks quite a bit about karma and Arjuna's duty to bring peace to the world in the battle that's going on in the battlefield between good and evil, and the struggles that go with making those decisions. So when we're trying to make decisions in life, every decision has an impact on the direction that we go. And the intentions behind those decisions also have an impact. So there's the old sayings like, it's okay to make a mistake as long as you learn from it. And this is very true, because when we make a mistake, the intention wasn't to do anything wrong. The intention was all based on trying to do the right thing, and just found out that it wasn't. So then we learn from that and we move on and we don't do it again. We've learned from that. It's growth, it's evolution, and it changes our level of consciousness. When we do something purposefully wrong or unkind to others, then there's a very different impact behind that, the energy behind that action. So last episode, we talked a bit about karma yoga and doing things for others without any expectation of reward. So just to touch on the three kinds of karma, there is the karma that you created in the past that is still waiting to be worked out. So some action that you did in the past it's just sitting as a seed, waiting for the opportunity for you to learn from that lesson and bring it back into harmonious balance. There is karma that we are working out right now. So it's presented itself. And it, usually it presents itself in a challenging situation, which causes us to learn, and we have to make decisions and choices. And we're hoping that we have the right intention and the right consciousness behind that decision in order to bring harmony back to our lives and balance. And that then dissipates the imbalance created by the previous action. And then there is the karma that we are creating right now through the choices and decisions that we make that will be worked out in the future. And so that is based on our current level of consciousness, our intentions behind our actions, how consciously we do our actions, whether they're full of thought and contemplation, or if we just unconsciously run around and make decisions and then the chips fall where they may. And so the consciousness in our actions is really very important, because there is an impact that we are creating for the future. So this is not punishment or anything like that. It just is the law that every action has an equal reaction. And so as we evolve spiritually, we work toward being a kinder, gentler, more peaceful, generous human being as we become more and more aware of our soul on this spiritual journey. That's what spirituality is coming to understand our individual self, our soul, our spirit, the divinity within us, and to sort of sculpt ourselves to be kinder, more loving, more compassionate human beings. And imagine if we were all that, what this world would be like. It would just be heaven on earth. So so we have the karma that's been created in the past that's waiting to be worked out. Karma that we are working out right now in the circumstances of our lives is presenting ourselves, and we're evolving based on how we deal with it. And those ways we deal with it are creating karma for the future that will present ourselves to us. And the more we evolve and are doing good actions, then the karma in the future will be that much easier to contend with. There's an overall karma as well, a planetary karma at the time that we are born, that my teacher Namadeva Acharya would speak of. And sometimes we feel that there's nothing we can do about that karma because we were born when certain planets were aligned, and that just doesn't change that time of birth. However, always the actions that we take will impact the future for ourselves. So he would even use an example. If we were to trip, if the karma that we had created was that we would trip and fall down the stairs, by our good actions and good intentions in our lives today, we may merely stub our toe. And so the impact has been shifted tremendously by our love and compassion toward others. So the Bhagavad Gita has a wonderful theme of the various yogas throughout it. And the pathway is Jnana Yoga, which is the pathway of wisdom or the pathway to light, right? Because we move from darkness to light. And then we talked about the Karma Yoga, and Karma Yoga is the pathway of action. And then there is the pathway of Bhakti Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga is the yoga of love and devotion. So these three pathways are really addressed in the Bhagavad Gita. And so for me, there's a marvelous equation that comes out of this book. And so it is action plus love, so actions based on love equal light. So all of your actions, if the intention behind them is loving, will take you to the light, or you will feel light in your heart. You will have a lighter day. And I think it's a beautiful equation to live life by. I'm not much of a mathematician, but I do really feel that that's a great equation. Actions plus love equal light. So in the yoga of Swami Shivananda and his disciples, he spoke a lot about the paths are many, but the truth is one. So all the pathways of yoga, even all the pathways of spirituality, are leading us to one goal: to know the divine, to know God. And so many pathways overlap. Very rarely do we just do one pathway. We might be a hatha yogi who wants to practice yoga postures on the mat, but we also love to chant and pray and sing, and then that would be bhakti yoga. Or we love meditation, and that could be jnana or raja yoga. So we talked about the pathways of yoga in the previous episode, a couple episodes back. And so I just wanted to address the kinds of karma and the impact of our actions, and how we can actually sculpt and create the karma for our future for a beautiful balance in it. So I hope this was an interesting episode for you. I hope it's beneficial and that you have a lovely day. Thank you so much for joining me today.